Okay, all of you are able to visible my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay. Okay, ma. All of you, can you please mute your audios? Okay. Then today we are going to discuss about matrices. We have already discussed some topics. Those are what is a matrix and what are the operations performed on the matrices, how to calculate determinants, and what is meant by residue matrices. So all the topics we are going to discuss. Some of the topics are already discussed. So here just a brief introduction. So here what is a matrix? So matrix is a m by n. It will be represented in the rows and columns, and each and every element is represented as an index. First index is represents the row number and the second one indicates the column number. Here A11 indicates first row, first column. AL2 indicates lth row, second column. Here the number of rows are L and number of columns are M. So this is the basic definition of a matrix. So these are the various types of matrices. If any matrix contains a single row, then it is said to be row matrix. Any matrix contains a single column, it is said to be column matrix. So a matrix which will have the same number of rows and the same number of columns. That means the number of rows is exactly equal to the number of columns. Then that matrix is said to be square matrix. So any matrix which will contains all the zeros are said to be which matrix? Are said to be మీరు చెప్పాలి మధ్యలో నేను మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అర్థం అవట్లా అర్థం అవ్వట్లా ఏ మ్యాట్రిక్స్
Additive math.
yes, right, additive matrix. The matrix which contains all the zeros and ones and all the ones are in diagonal position and top triangle and left triangle are the elements 0. Then that matrix is said to be
Diagonal matrix.
no
Identity matrix.
Identity matrix that is represented by I తో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాం. That matrix is said to be identity matrix. So what are the operations performed on matrices? Matrices మీద మనం perform చేసే operations. What are the basic operations we are going to perform on a matrix? These are the operations performed on the matrices. First one is the equality operation, and the second one is addition and subtraction. Third one is multiplication. Fourth one is the scalar multiplication. So here equality represents each and every element in the two matrices are exactly same, including positions. Those matrices are said to be equal matrices. And then addition and subtraction. So here these are the two matrices. When we are going to add the first element in the first matrix with the first element in the second matrix, then we will get the resultant matrix first element. So this is the addition operation. For this there is no rules and regulations. Same way subtraction. Here the element in the first matrix and the element in the second matrix should be subtracted. That means the second element is subtracted from the first matrix element. Then we will get the resultant element. D is equal to A minus B, just like it is a general addition and subtraction operations. And the third one is multiplication. Here if we want to perform some multiplication operations, then we will have some rules and regulations. What are those? ఏంటవి ఏంటి రూల్స్?
Number of rows is equal to number of columns.
Number of rows of first matrix should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Then only the multiplication operation is performed. Then what is the size of resultant matrix is m by n. Sorry, m by p. This is the size of resultant matrix. This is the basic multiplication operation. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, equality, scalar multiplication are the basic multiplication, inverse, multiplicative inverse. These are the basic operations. So this is another example which we will have discussed in previous class also. So this is the scalar multiplication. Here the scalar multiplication means any matrix is get multiplied by an integer. Any matrix is get multiplied by any integer, that is said to be scalar matrix. Here in this case B is scalar matrix. Scalar matrix because here n into A. So A is a matrix which will get multiplied by an integer, that is 3. Then we will get the resultant matrix as B. That's why B is said to be scalar matrix. This is the operation performed by the scalar multiplication. So next one, here this is the determinant calculation. So the first rule for calculating determinant is, if you want to calculate determinant of a matrix, the matrix should be a square matrix. Square matrix means the size should be n by n. That means the same number of rows and the same number of columns should be there. Then only we will calculate the determinant. So here this is the formula for determinant matrix, and the simple formula is AD minus BC. So if the matrix will have the elements in the order, ఈ ఆర్డర్లో ఉంటే determinant is AD minus BC. So in case of 3 by 3 matrix, we will use first positive 1. All the values get multiplied by positive 1 and then negative 1 and then positive 1. So what is that meaning is, first row, first column. Here we are going to calculate the determinant for this one. What is the position of this element? First row, first column. That's why minus 1 is powered with, this is the row number, this is the column number. Here we are going to calculate the value, determinant value for 5. So here 5 into, whenever we are going to calculate for this row, this column, all the row and column will be eliminated. So the remaining values are 0, minus 4, 1 and 6. Here we are going to apply the formula AD minus BC. So here 0 into 6, 0, minus 4 into 1, that is plus 4. This is the value of 4. Then minus 1, always this should be minus 1 and it is powered with row plus column. So here we will use 2. That's why the position of 2 is first row, second column. So minus 1 whole cube, that gets minus 1. That's why the first one is the positive operation and the second one is the negative operation and the third one is the positive operation. If it have any fourth element, then the next one is negative operation and so on. So this is the process for calculating determinant value. Okay. So next one, inverse. Here two types of inverses are possible. One is additive inverse. Second one is multiplicative inverse. Here in the case of numbers, general set J, what is the additive inverse formula? A plus B is congruent modulo of 0 mod n. What is the multiplicative inverse? A plus B is congruent modulo of 1 mod n. These are the multiplicative inverse formulas in case of it is a Z. Z means the set of integers. Okay. Z star is a multiplicative inverse set. Here in case of matrix, what is the additive inverse? A plus minus A is equal 0. 0 means additive matrix. All the elements should be 0. So here A is get subtracted from the A itself. That's why we will get all the zeros. So whenever additive inverse is performed, we will get an additive matrix as the result. There is no doubt at all. So here, what is the multiplicative inverse formula? A into B is equal to B into A, that is equal to identity matrix. That is equal to identity matrix. అలా ఉంటే కనుక మనకి that matrix is said to be an multiplicative inverse. So here B is multiplicative inverse of A. Whenever A is get multiplied with B, the same result is obtained whenever the B is multiplied with A. So both the results are equal to the identity matrix. At that case, both of these are multiplicative inverse to each other. So another way is A inverse. So A inverse is multiplicative inverse of the matrix A. So if the multiplicative inverse is existed or not, how we are going to set? If we are calculating the multiplicative inverse on Z, before that we are going to check GCD of number and n is equal to 1. Then only it will have some multiplicative inverses. Same way here also, a matrix can contain the multiplicative inverse matrix or not. First we are going to check it. How we will check it? First we are going to calculate determinant value. So here this is the determinant value. Then n is the set number. Here Zn. Okay. Whenever the value of determinant and n value, calculating the GCD between them. So what is the determinant and what is the n value? After that, calculating GCD value, we will get 1 as a result. Then only that A matrix will have an inverse matrix. Other than when any value, if you get any value other than 1, there is no possibility for multiplicative inverse of that matrix. Okay, this is the basic rule for calculating multiplicative inverse of a given matrix. So then this is the last concept in matrices. So here this is the congruence matrix. Congruence means nothing but it is an equality operator, but it will have the relationship many to 1 in between Z and Z star. What is the difference between Z and Z star? Z contains negative infinity to positive infinity, and Z star is a residue matrices, and it will contains only 0 to infinity. So all the mods here in cryptography, all the mods should be positive value. So all the remainders should be greater than or equals to 0. So we don't bother about the quotient value, but we will consider only the remainder value that should be greater than 0. If the remainder is less than 0, then you will add n to that remainder whenever you get the positive value. So here also congruence operation is there. That is, congruence operation is represented as three horizontal lines. So here A is congruent modulo of B mod n. We said that A is congruent modulo of B mod n. That means A mod n is exactly equal to B mod n. This is the meaning of congruent modulo operation. So whenever you said that A is congruent modulo of B mod n, so that is each and every element in A and each and every element in B. The modulus operation is performed on individual elements with the n. So the resultant operations are exactly equal, then both the matrices A and B are congruent modulo to n. So here This is the matrix 1, 2. This is A. So here also another matrix, some 3 and 4. So suppose for example here n value is 2. Then we will perform individual mod operation and at each and every element. So here first 1 is divided by 2. Then what is the remainder? What is the remainder? If 1 get divided by 2, what is the remainder? 1 kada? 1. Then 2 is divided by 2. What is the remainder?
0.
0. So this is the 1, 0. This is the matrix we will get when A mod n operation is performed. Same way, we will perform a mod operation on B matrices also. So what are the values? B mod n. 3 is get divided by 2. Then what is the remainder? 2 ones 2. 1 is the remainder. 4 is divided by 2.
0.
So the remainder is 0. So by calculating the individual elements modulus operation, we will get exactly same values in both the mod matrices. So here in this example, these two matrices are congruent modulo 2 mod 2. So here this is simply noted as A is congruent modulo of B mod 2. This is the congruence matrices. Okay. Suppose here in this example instead of 3, here we using 6. Then what is the value we will get? 3 బదులు 6 వాడామమ్మా. Then what is the value?
0.
0. So both of these two matrices are not equal. That's why congruence operation becomes fail. Okay, congruence అర్థమైందా ఇప్పుడు? Whenever each and every individual element is is divided by n value and the mod value will be retained. So this operation is performed on each and every element in the both matrices. Whenever the values should be same, then those two matrices are said to be congruence modulo to n. Otherwise, the congruence operation becomes fail. This is the congruence operation. Okay. So all the topics in matrices are completed, and the last one is linear congruence. Here linear congruence is same as LDE equations, nothing but LDE equations, some of the model of LDE equations. So here the linear equation is in the form of AX plus BY is equal to C. But here the linear congruence is AX is congruent modulo of P mod M. So here we are going to find the value of X. So here AX mod M is equal to B mod M. This is the meaning of the equation. But in the given problem, we will know the value of A, we will know the value of M and B and M. All these values are known by us. We are going to find the value of X. So this is the linear congruence equation, and what we will perform on those linear congruence equation. So in this we are going to cover the two topics. First one is a single variable linear equation, and then set of linear equations. Here we are going to solve a single equation. Here we are going to solve more than one equation. More than one equation. That means one equation contains one unknown value, that is x. Whenever we are going to calculate on set of linear equations, then we will go to follow and calculate x, y, z and so on. So in set, how many equations are there? We are going to calculate that number of unknown values. Here we are going to find x and y and z. Then that set contains 3 equations. We are going to find only x and y values. Then that set contains 2 values. We are going to find x, y, z and p. Then the set contains 4 number of equations. This is the set of linear equations. These are the 2 topics covered in our linear congruence topic. This is the last concept in first unit. So here, single variable linear equations. This is the first one. This is in generally equal to general and possible solutions of LDE. General and possible solutions of LDE. So here we are going to calculate, this is the format of a linear equation. Here we are going to find x value. So whenever we start the calculation of x value, first we will check it whether GCD of AN, that is equal to D. D plus B means, this is the topic we are discussing about the first class of the mathematical concepts of cryptography. What is the meaning of D plus B? This is not the addition operation. It indicates D is not D is not divisible by B. This is the meaning of plus. If D is divisible by B, then what is the notation?
Pipe symbol.
By B. This D is pipe symbol and B. So here whenever D plus B, then there is no possible solution for that equation. So we will not continue. This is exactly same as general and possible solutions for LDE equation. So whenever D pipe symbol B means D is divisible by B, then there are, at that case, so many number of solutions are there. But here in single variable linear equations, what is the value of D? That number of solutions are there. So here no infinity is the concept. There are D solutions. There are D solutions. So what are the steps for solution? So here first the equation is reduced by dividing with the D value. D is nothing but a mod value. After that we are going to find x naught value, and these are the general solutions. So first we are going to take an example. So here this is the equation. That means Ax is congruent modulo to B mod 18. So what is the meaning? Here B is 12. 12 mod 18 is equal to enta? 12 mod 18. What is the value of 12 mod 18? What is the value of 12 mod 18?
12.
12. So 14 into something mod 18 should get the result of 12. This is the exact meaning of this statement. Then which value is multiplied with 14? After that mod operation is performed, we will get the 12. So that is the concept. Here we exactly don't know the value of x. So value of x. So here we are going to find the x value. So first step is to calculate the GCD value. So here A is 14 and N is 18. So what is the GCD value of 14 comma 18? So what is the formula? Formula enti? GCD of చేయాల్సింది చూద్దాం. GCD of A comma B is equal to GCD of B comma R. ఇది ఒక ఫార్ములా. రెండో ఫార్ములా ఏంటి? GCD of A comma 0 is equal to A. These are the two formulas for calculating GCD with the help of Euclidean algorithm. Here we are going to take GCD of 14 comma 18. So GCD of B is 18 and what is the remainder? 14 by 18. The remainder value is 14. So then GCD of what is the B value?
14.
B value 14. Then 18 by 14. What is the remainder?
4.
That is the 4. Next, GCD of B value is 4. Then remainder value 14 by 4. What is the value?
2.
2. So here 2. Then GCD of 2 comma 4 by 2, that is
0.
0. Then we are going to apply the second formula. GCD of A comma 0 becomes A. So here this is A, this is 0. That's why the answer is 2. Is 2. This is the value 2. So whenever the value gets 2, it clearly indicates that this problem will have two number of possible solutions. It has two possible solutions. రెండు సొల్యూషన్స్ ఉంటాయి అనేది మనకి ఇక్కడ అర్థమవుతుంది. సో ఫస్ట్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ we will simplify the solution. Simplify the solution. How to simplify? What is the GCD value? 2. So the entire equation is get divided by 2. So 14x by 2, that is 7x. 12 by 2, that is 6. 18 by 2, that is 9. Okay, this is the simplification process. Here we are going to find the value of x. That's why x will be in the left side and all other remaining constants should move to the right side. So whenever 7 will move to the right side, it will be inverse operation. 6 into 7 inverse of mod 9. 6 into 7 inverse of mod 9. This is the x naught value. 6 into 7 inverse of mod 9. This is the x value. So here 6 is remains okay, but 7 inverse is changed into 4. How it is possible? That is the question. ఎలా వచ్చిందమ్మా అది? 4 ఎలా వచ్చింది? 4 ఎలా వచ్చింది? Multiplicative inverse. How to calculate the multiplicative inverse? Here we are going to calculate the multiplicative inverse of 7. What is the value of n? That is 9. So here this is 7. Entire table we are not going to use. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So whenever 7 gets divided with multiplied with 0, all the values should be 0. So 0 తీసేస్తున్నాను. 1 తీసుకొని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేద్దాం. 7 into 1, 7. 7 into 1 mod 9. ఎంత వస్తుంది? 7 into 1 mod 9, that is 7. Then 14 mod 9, 21 mod 9, 28 mod 9, 35 mod 9. This is the value. 42 mod 9, 49 mod 9, 56 mod 9. So here this is the remainder. Here remainder is 5. Here remainder is 3. Here remainder is 1. So here remainder is ఎంత వస్తుంది? What is the remainder? 8. Here the remainder is, what is the remainder value? 6, 4 and so on. So what is the formula for multiplicative inverse? Whenever a number is get mod operation with n, we will get the value of 1. So that number is multiplicative inverse of the value. So here 1 will be get whenever 7 is get multiplied with 4. 7 into 4 mod 9, that is 28 mod 9. ఎంత వస్తుంది? 9 3 is 27, so 1 వస్తుంది. So 4 is multiplicative inverse of 7. 4 is multiplicative inverse of 7. That's why here the value 4 is replaced. సో క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ పార్ట్ ఏదైనా కావాలి అంటే కనుక మీరు నోట్ చేసుకోండి. ఇక్కడ 4 ఎలా వచ్చింది అంటే 4 is the multiplicative inverse of 7. Already multiplicative inverses we are discussed in previous classes. So here the 4 is multiplicative inverse of 7. So that's why 24, 6 into 4, 24 mod 9, that is 9 to 18. So 6 is the remainder. So x naught value is 6. This is the one solution. This is the one solution. So another solution, so in this problem it will have two solutions. Here we are going to find a single solution. So another solution, that is 1. So first solution is x naught, the previous solution, plus here k is an integer, that is equal to this one, 1 into what is 18? 18 is n, and how many number of solutions are there? 2 solutions, that is the determinant value. So this is the formula. Here we will get 15. So first solution is x naught, that is 6. Second solution is x1, that is 15. So both of two numbers, whenever you multiplied with 14, after that we will perform the mod operation, we will get to 12. We will get 12. Here the possible values for x are 2. One is 6 and one is 15. If any doubt, you will check it once. So what is the formula here? 14 into x value mod 18. ఎంత వస్తుందో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయండి అమ్మా. Then 14 into another possible solution is 15 mod 18. So what the result you will get? 14 into 6 mod 18. 14 into 6 mod 18. ఎంత వస్తుంది ఆన్సరు? చేసి చెప్పాలి త్వరగా. ఎంత వస్తుందమ్మా? 46.
84.
84 mod 18. What is the value?
12, ma'am. 12, ma'am.
12. So this equation is satisfied. Same way 14 into 15 mod 18 also we will get 12. So this is the way of calculating x value. So how many solutions are there? That is 2 solutions. If it will have the value 3, then we are going to calculate x2. x2 is equal to x1 plus we are going to calculate the second solution into 18 by 3. That is the same. Here also by 3 is there. So and so on we are going to calculate all the values. This is the single variable equations. So then we will move for set of linear equations. This is the last concept. Here this is the set of linear equations. So this is the what are the equations and how to interpret those equations. So here all a's are separated, all x values are separated. Whenever you will get multiplied, this is the equation ax is equal to b is congruent modulo of b mod something. So here a, this is x and congruent modulo then b. So equation should be divided in this way. Only x values are in the left side, that's why x is here, and this entire matrix is moved towards right side. So that is inverse, a inverse and b. The same process, but here we are going to use matrices. The operations are performed are matrices only. In case of single equation there is no need of matrices, but here the set of equations are there, then we will use matrices. So here these are the three equations. So that's why all the three equations are going to divide into the matrix form. So here first one is 3, second one is 5, third one is 7, next one 4 and 13, after that 2, 7 and 3. All these three values, this is the matrix A and matrix B. It always x matrix always the constants x, y and z. These are the constants x, y and z. We are going to calculate the value of x and the value of y and the value of z. That is equal to B matrix, that is 3, 5 and 4. So these are the values 3, 5 and 4. Here this matrix is in the form of Ax is congruent modulo of mod 16. So then what is the formula? X is equal A inverse B. Here the matrix A, matrix B, matrix C. Then multiplicative inverse. Here x means, here I am going to indicate it as B. That's why B is equal A inverse C mod 16. So here this is the value of inverse A inverse and the C value, then mod operation. Here the A inverse matrix contains 3 rows, 3 columns. Here this matrix contains 3 rows, 1 column. So whenever these two are equal, then we will get the matrix of 3 by 1. So this is the 3 by 1 matrix. So each and every individual element is get mod by 16. So 159 mod 16, that is 15, 52 mod 16 is 4, and 94 mod 16 is equal to 14. So these are the values. So here x value, what is the x value? First one 15, 4, 14. So x is 15, y 14. So x is 14, 15, y 14, 4 and z is 14. So here 15 mod 16 is equal to 15. So here the x value 15 వచ్చేటట్టుగా మనం ఏదైనా సరే క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయొచ్చు. వాల్యూస్ ఎలా టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి మనం అంటే x value 15, y value 4 and z also 14. So what are the equations? Here these are the equations 3x, 5y, 7z. So 3, This is the x value, 5 y value, 14 z value. So here what is the value we will get? That is 163. Whenever we perform the operation mod 16 on 153, we will get the value of 3. So this is the 3. So if you want to check whether the values are correct or not, then we will simply substitute these resultant matrix values in the given equations. Then we will get the values as they gave. So whenever you will get the values as the resultant values, then the values of x and y, z will be correct. Otherwise, move backward and recalculate the values. So this is the set of linear equations and how to calculate these linear equations. This is the first unit, and I am already post the previous questions from the first unit in the Teams. Once again, check it all of you. At that place, I am placed already by separating 2 marks questions and essay questions also. All the topics are covered and some of the exercises are also given to you. The deadline is, I think, tomorrow 12 o'clock for the third assignment. Sorry, third quiz, not assignment, third quiz. So by checking those concepts, one question is from first unit. Actually, here it is not in your syllabus, but they are asked about that one. That's why I am going to cover that one also. Here, what are the techniques to implement the security goals? What are the security goals? What are the security goals? Security goals. మా సిలబస్ అయితే చాలా ఉంది. మీరు ఎవరు కాన్ఫిడెన్షియాలిటీ,
Integrity, availability.
integrity and availability. These three are the security goals. All the security goals and security services. Security services are implemented with the help of security mechanisms. Okay. What are the techniques to implement these mechanisms? Here we are going to discuss about those techniques. So the techniques are basically divided into 2 types. That is cryptography, which we have learned in this year, in this semester, and the other technique is steganography. So here cryptography and steganography, these are the 2 techniques in the implementation of our security goals. So what is meant by cryptography? What is meant by cryptography? Cryptography is nothing but secret writing. Secret writing. Secret writing. Steganography is nothing but covered writing. Covered writing. So what is the secret writing? Here all the data is transmitted in the form of cipher text. Instead of transforming or instead of sending plain text as it easily, we are going to convert that plain text into the cipher text to prevent from the attacks, to maintain the security of the information or confidentiality of the information. For this, these are the 3 techniques for implementing security goals. Here first one is symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption means here the receiver and sender uses the same key. All of you remember that we are converting Rama into UDPD with the help of key 3. This is at the receiver side. At the sender side, sorry, it is the sender side, not receiver, sender side. So the receiver will convert UDPD into Rama with the help of the same key, that is 3. Here the sender is going to forward direction of 3 characters and the receiver again in backward direction the same 3 characters. Then we will get Rama from UDPD. This is the technique behind the symmetric encryption. Here the same key is used for both encryption and decryption processes. So this is the symmetric encryption technique and it is used as private key encryption. The another name for symmetric encryption is private key encryption. This private key encryption algorithms we are going to learn in second unit. So next, coming to asymmetric encryption, this encryption is known as public key encryption. Here it will contains two keys. One is private key and another one is public key. So just like public key is your mail ID and private key is your password. So that means both of these two keys are related keys. Related. సో మీ మెయిల్ ఐడితో నా పాస్వర్డ్ ఇచ్చినా నా మెయిల్ ఐడికి మీ పాస్వర్డ్ ఇచ్చినా ఎలా అయితే ఓపెన్ అవ్వదో అంటే బోత్ ఆఫ్ ద యూజర్ ఐడి అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్స్ ఆర్ లింక్డ్ టుగెదర్, షుడ్ బి మ్యాచ్డ్. దట్స్ వే దీస్ two keys are also mathematically related. Whenever we are going to encrypt the information with the public key, that information is decrypted only the corresponding private key only. Whenever the information is going to encrypted with the private key, that information is encrypted only with the public key. So in which cases we are going to use public key for encryption, in which cases we are going to use private key for encryption, that is the different thing. All these things we are learn in third unit. All the asymmetric encryption techniques we are going to learn in third unit. This is in second unit, I have already told. Third one is the hashing. So hashing is used to check the integrity or some digital signature techniques, authorization. That's why here we are using hashing techniques. Hashing means it will takes a variable length message and it will produces an fixed length output. So if you are giving as input 128 characters, but it will produces only 6 characters. You are giving 256 characters, it will gives only 6 characters as the output. It will perform some calculations and it will produces the fixed length output. Whatever it will take as the input, it will produces a fixed length output. So this is the process of hashing. Here these hashing algorithms are also we are going to learn in I think fourth unit. And fifth and sixth units completely related to network security and transport layer security, all these things. So here these topics are discussed and deeply learned in fourth unit. So here we are not going to learn any steganography techniques. This is the technique used in olden days. So all of you know that some invisible ink are there. Whenever you are writing on a paper, it will be ignored or it will not visible to the persons whenever it is completely dried. Whenever it is exposed to the sun, the letters are visible. So this is one of the steganography technique. That means covered writing. That is all the data is what is the plain text. That data is enclosed or inserted at the middle of the some other information. Middle of some other information. The technique is said to be steganography. Here invisible ink is one of the technique. Invisible ink is one of the technique. Okay. Some other usage is digitization. Some in voice mixing or some audio clipping. We are asking about at that time or the first track contains some information. So we are not telling about the entire information. So we are moving forward the number of tracks. చాలా ట్రాక్స్ని యూజ్ చేసుకొని మన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా కూడా ఏదో ఏదో ఉంటుంది. ఆ ట్రాక్స్ మధ్యలో ఎట్ ఫిఫ్త్ ట్రాక్ ఆర్ సిక్స్త్ ట్రాక్ ఆర్ థర్డ్ ట్రాక్ or fourth track, whatever it may be, the sensitive information is inserted that track only. The information is informed to the receiver. That is the digitization technique. Here we are going to use audio or video coverage. Next one is the text cover. Text cover. Here the data, the secret data is inserted in the text at the middle of some positions. So మీరు ఓల్డెన్ డేస్లో ఐ హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ టోల్డ్ టు యూ చంటబ్బాయి అనే ఒక మూవీ ఉంది. ఆ మూవీలో దిస్ టెక్నిక్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్. దిస్ టెక్స్ట్ కవర్ టెక్నిక్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ దట్ మూవీ. ఓకే, సో మనం టెక్స్ట్ రాస్తూ వెళ్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా మనం పంపించాల్సింది ఏదో ఉంది అనుకుందాం. సమ్ ఏబిసిడి పికేఎల్ ఎంఎన్ పిఆర్టిటివై line. Yep. This is the text I am going to write in a letter. But here only the one word is aimed to send to the receiver. So what is that word? Here while writing that data, I am using some different characters. So these are the capital letters. All other are the small letters I am going to write here. So the first character should be uppercase in each and every word, and all other remaining characters are the lowercase letters. Only the sender and receiver are knows the uppercase characters are arranged in an order, then it will get the original plain text. So here what are the uppercase characters? First one is A. The receiver writes at this way. The second is P. The third one is also P. Fourth one is L. Fifth one is E. So the exactly the sender wants to send the word apple to the receiver, but instead of sending apple directly, he may send this word, this sentence. So ABCD PKLMN pretty line egg. So this is some information, and the original information is inserted at some places. So this is the technique behind the text cover. Same way image cover. Image cover means in an image the information is placed in so and so places. This technique is also used in one of the movie. What is that movie? మనందరం చదువుకునే దాని మీద కంటే సినిమాలు చెప్తే ఈజీగా గుర్తుండిపోతాయి. What is that movie? Image cover technique is used in one of the movie. What is that movie? రేపు చెప్తారా ఆలోచించి? మా ఉన్నారా అసలు క్లాస్లో?
Yes, ma'am.
ఉన్నారా లేదో డౌట్ వస్తుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మూవీ?
తెలీదు మేడం.
సినిమాలు బాగా చూస్తారు కదా. చంటబ్బాయి అంటే ఓల్డ్ మూవీ, సో చూసారో లేదో అనుకోవచ్చు. బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద నాట్ సో మచ్ రీసెంట్ బట్ రీసెంట్ మూవీ. దట్ ఈస్ అరుంధతి. అరుంధతి మూవీలో ఏదో ఒక ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని ఎవరు పడితే వాళ్ళు చదవలేరు. వన్ పర్సన్ నాజర్, he is able to read the content which is behind in the photograph of that heroine. So that is the image cover. Murtochinda?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the image cover. Example for image cover. So other covers means combination of these digitization, audio, video, and any combination of all these four techniques. That is the other covers. So in our syllabus we are not going to cover this one, but in examination what is meant by steganography they are asking. Exactly, steganography is the meaning of covered writing. That means the original text is included in some other text or inserted in some other text. That is the exactly what is meant by steganography. So first unit is over. tomorrow onwards I am going to start second unit. Second unit is also very easy unit. That is in second unit we are going to discuss about all the symmetric encryption techniques. This is the first unit. If you have any doubts, then you may ask in